We don't own the rights to this music. Hello to our replay viewers. Thank you so much for being here with us. I am T. That is J. And we're about to have a conversation. So, welcome to the broadcast. It's Fiery Friday, y'all. And so we're super excited to be here with you tonight. We're talking about the good, the bad, and the ugly of quarantine love. And we got a couple other things to address tonight. But I'm excited to be here. Always a pleasure to be here with this guy. He is hilarious. And I'm sure he's going to preach tonight like he normally does on Fire Friday. But I'm excited to be here. He's shaking his head, but he always go there. He go there. So it's all good. I'm excited that you guys are here. If you're here, go ahead and share the broadcast. We're looking forward to your comments, your interaction. It's a conversation. It's not, me and him talking at y'all. It's us talking together. Thoughtful dialogue. Let me just say this. Let's set the record straight. I don't think that we all agree on everything. And that's not a problem. The problem comes when you can't share your opinion in a respectful manner. And so that's really what I have a problem with. But we can agree to disagree. I don't have a problem with that. As a matter of fact, case in point, I posted something. If you don't know, me and Jay have a private Facebook group. I posted something, and there was a gentleman that said something, and I was like, oh, that's an interesting perspective. And so he and I were conversating via Messenger, and I asked him about what he said. He explained his viewpoint, and it was cool. I don't have to have the same viewpoint, and it really is okay. But I wanted to have understanding, and you ask clarifying questions. So, again, thank you so much for those that are in our Facebook group. We're excited that you're here. Listen, we are doing a master class. We moved it back a couple weeks, but we wanted to make sure everybody had an opportunity to become involved with the master class. If you need healing, we've been talking about the healing process. And listen, we're not here because we're trying to figure it out. We figured some things out and we're still walking through some of the process, but we both been trained in various areas, and we'll share a little bit about that tonight too. But we want you to come to the point to where you can heal from the issues of your past, heal from the trauma that you experienced in love and relationship so that you can move forward and you can have a loving, thoughtful, inspiring, sizzling relationship in your life. So that's why we're here in part. But I'm going to turn it over to Jay so he can get his introduction out, and then we're going to get this conversation started. I'm going to go share the broadcast. Share the broadcast if you have not already done so. Sir, you're on mute.
Well, excuse me. She has said a mouthful, and I don't have to repeat it because she's going to say it again somewhere halfway down through this broadcast anyway. But like I always say, man, I am him, he is I. I will be him forever, and the day I will be Coach J Hart. Um, yeah, welcome to Fiery Friday. I do, I did, now it's done. The ins and outs of quarantine love. Please don't forget the master class February 27th. It's going to be amazing, and the topics and different things of that nature that we talk about on here are some of the things. It's the tip of the iceberg of what we are going to be discussing through the master class. So if what we are saying is interesting and you want the in-depth, the bare naked truth of it all, because I'm not gonna lie, I might shed a tear during class because I'm gonna be just spontaneous and just tear the band-aids off some wounds and just let you know where I'm coming from, because I believe that's the platform that God has given us to do so. So if this is what you like and love from us, please definitely you want to get into this master class February 27th, 8 p.m. It's going to be an amazing time. We planning a meet and greet. I'm just going to drop 7. I thought it was 8. Well, crap, the scrolling says 8 p.m. Eastern time. That's why I said it. Oh, it's
Okay.
7. So we're going to make it 7. So the next time we'll change it. We'll put it in our group that is going to be 7 and not 8. We're looking forward to our meet and greet in March. I'm just going to drop that. I ain't saying no dates. I ain't going to say no locations. But we're going to have ourselves a Holy Ghost good time in the Lord. Hallelujah. But you don't want to miss that meet and greet. We're going to have a blast getting to know people face to face. We even gonna go live from the page, and we might even do a Zoom session for the people that's out of state, just so they can join us and have fun with us as well. So I'm looking forward to what February has to offer, and also what March has to offer.
Cool. So I don't know, something you're doing, you're getting a lot of feedback from your.
Okay, what about now? Cause it may have just been rubbing on my beard,
Yeah,
and
I think it was.
I'm like Grizzly Adams over here today, cause I ain't getting no haircut. My bad.
That's better. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
They want to make sure they can hear you. That's all.
Testing. Um,
That's
hello,
good. That's good.
hello,
That's good.
hello.
That's good. That's good. You are silly. See what I'm saying? Lord have mercy. All right, y'all. So the good, the bad, and the ugly. There are a lot of things that came to the forefront. We're almost a year since like the total lockdown of the United States. As a matter of fact, in my office, I still have my calendar on March. That's just how often I've been in the office, and just kind of like a memorial to see when things go back to normal. But in the midst of it, there are a lot of things that came to the surface in terms of relationship. And so we're going to talk about that tonight. So I know some people who were on the verge of divorce. Now, there were people who were in the process of divorce who are like, I can't wait till the courts open back up. I can't wait, till life gets back to normal enough so that they could complete the process. And I know several that completed the process. There were those who were in process that discovered, well, hey, okay, in times of crisis, and because this pandemic was a way of life that we had never experienced before, some couples came closer together. Now, I don't know how many, I don't have numbers, but I've heard stories of people who've come closer together. And then I've heard the polar opposite. So there was a lot that came from this pandemic. And what people need to realize, though, everybody has a different coping mechanism. Everybody has differences and trauma from their past. So, how you dealt with everything really depending upon how you really deal with trauma. Now, as human beings, we are created to handle the things that happen in life. And again, depending on what happened while you grew up, how trauma was handled in your life does determine what you do as an adult. Now, I'm not a psychologist. I've studied, I've been taught by the best psychologists and psychiatrists in the country, but that I didn't get my degree in that. So I'm not trying to debate nobody about that. Just understand that on a basic level, you were created to be able to handle trauma. But again, it depends on what you experience. And that's why a lot of times you got to get some help. I don't know. Let's talk about our culture. We don't feel like we should get help. We don't feel like it's normal to get help. And that's a bad thing because every area of your life you need some help. You didn't come here. Yes, everything that you need that pertains to life is inside of you. But if you don't know how to tap into that thing, it's still hidden. It's still buried. So you gotta get some help. Can I say number one is get the help that you need. Jay.
Oh, it's my turn already.
It's your
I
turn
mean,
already.
you was preaching. I was just shaking my head. I was in your amen corner. I was about to tune up for you on the organ.
Okay.
Anyway, you said number one is get the help you need. You
Well,
already
what
said it.
happens when people don't want to get the help?
You already said it. Us as a culture don't feel that. We always say, "Oh, that's for the lighter skinned folks. That's for the Caucasians." You know, we have other coping mechanisms, and I think that that has been a stereotype for the Black community for so long that our other coping mechanisms were never good. It was always drugs. It was always alcohol. It was always an abusive relationship and or abusing someone in the relationship, whether it was physical, verbal, mental, emotional. You've always done that, and that's never a good place or space to be in, especially in the Christian community, because it does happen as well with Christians. But I think that in this day and age, we need to realize that there is help. God put people on this earth to be of help, whether it is your pastor or your assistant pastor, or whether it is actually going to a psychiatrist or a psychologist, whether it's sitting on a table talking to a coach, talking to the evangelist. God has sent people here for you to help you along your way because nobody ever made it on their own. Everybody had somebody. You either got a coach, a mentor, um, you're in an apprenticeship program. You got help. God sent teachers. You know, nobody's getting nowhere on their own 2 feet. And even if you don't have, and even if you don't have someone who taught you, you glean from someone. So that's teaching all of it and so on as well. So please, whatever you do, if you need it and you know you need it, be honest with yourself. This above all, to thine own self be true, and get the help that you need. That's why Coach Teacher's here to help y'all.
He is hilarious. Hey, you guys, welcome. Thank you so much. Shout out to our amazing group. We see y'all. We can't see your face or your name. We're gonna fix that this week. But we do see y'all. Hey, Divina. Hey, Ronald. Thanks for joining. Hey, Nisi. Hey, thanks for being here, and a whole bunch of other folk that I cannot see. We appreciate y'all. And hey, y'all on Facebook. Hey, y'all on Periscope. Hey, y'all on YouTube. We appreciate you being here. Make sure you share the broadcast with somebody. Somebody needs this conversation. We are talking about the good, the bad, and the ugly of quarantine love. So the first thing is get the help that you need. There's a lot going on. You made that. Now it's funny, not funny. There are people in situationships and they saw the true light. You know, there's a lot that can be said about marriage and relationship, but one thing that I know that was discovered in the midst of marriage is that you really understood how important it is to have outside activities and to be able to do your own stuff, because when you couldn't and you had to homeschool and you had to work from home from the same space, yeah, you saw how much you either love, cherished, and adored that person, or how much you value the time that you spend away from them. Now, I do believe that the husband should have their own time, quiet time, separate time, and I believe the wife should have that as well. But listen, some of y'all forsake the together time, and it's just we eat dinner, we go to bed, we get up, and we do the routine all over again. That's not quality relationship to me. Come on, y'all, let's do better. Let's let's do better. Let's figure out. Now, if you made a covenant commitment with this person, let's figure out whether it's 5 years, 10 years, 25 years. Let's figure out why we got together in the first place. Let's figure out why you still like that person. You know, love. And listen, for those of y'all who are not married or considering marriage, love is a daily decision. It is not a byproduct of the feelings and the emotions that you have. To love somebody, the true definition of love is a daily decision. I get up every day and choose to love that person. Hey, Christina, you get up every day and you make the choice. Hey, Carolyn, you make the choice to love this person today, whether they got on your last nerve yesterday or not. You love is a choice. I'm talking to somebody who is considering covenant. You gonna love them every day, but again, it's a choice. Some days you are not gonna like them. I wish I could see Jay's face. He understand what I'm saying. Every day you might not like that person. If you're married, you could probably weigh in. You don't like them, but you know that you love them, and you know that this too shall pass. And so we're going to get past this, whatever this is. And the love is still there. I hope that you build an amazing or have built an amazing foundation of friendship. So, worst case scenario, I like you as my friend. I believe that is so crucial. And I think a lot of people, a lot of times, forsake the building of that friendship. Now, I'm not saying, because listen, I believe you can meet somebody and you can know like right away. And I know of people that are from the opinion you meet them and you get married. And then you learn them for the rest of your life. That wasn't how I was raised. I don't know how that works, but having connected with somebody really fast, you know, you come to a point you're like, okay, maybe want to take the slow road to covenant, you know, for various reasons, but you have to decide that this is somebody that I want to walk out life with. This is somebody who I'm going to develop a great friendship with. Because I posted something, because I know some people. I do know some people. I wasn't lying when I said I know some men that are like, if you don't have the perfect body type, whatever, you can have a banging body and be jacked up in the head. You can have a banging body and have a black heart. So you gotta have some other foundational things that tie you together, and friendship is one of those things, in my opinion. I think you need to be friends. I think you need to like that person on a basic level. Do I like you? Jay always get an example. I don't know why he get an example, but you know, I hope he get another example. So I'ma say, when your breath stank, am I still gonna like you? When your hair's toe up, am I still gonna like you? When you just have made all of the wrong decisions, am I still going to like you? You got to get some basics, but guess what? That starts with like really liking and loving yourself. You can't expect somebody to give you something you haven't given to yourself already. So, Jay, pass the mic.
Sure, you ain't gotta pass the mic. So I'm not gonna be preaching today because I see somebody on a soapbox. So I'm gonna take the I'm
Ron will
gonna
say
take
when the
the
wind
back
come
end.
on.
That too. I'm gonna take the back seat and do like she normally do, just be quiet. But I will say this: the Bible does say, "Let brotherly love continue." So at the end of the day, you might not love your spouse, but you gotta love that brother and or sister in Christ because that's what God commanded us to do. That's what He definitely commanded us to do. And if you ever get in a fight or get in an argument or whatever the case may be, you need to realize that just because they're your spouse, they're also your brother and sister in Christ, and you would never want to tear down your brother and sister in Christ. So you cannot, will not, and should not want to tear down your spouse just because of an argument or anything of that nature. Sometimes we have to realize that we need to step back for a second and realize that at the end of the day, she is my friend. At the end of the day, he is my friend, no matter what. And I need to make sure that I address the situation from a friendship point of view. Because when words are said, you can't take those back. When actions are done, you cannot take those back. So let's be wise in our decisions about what we say and about what we do. I'm done.
That's good. Uh, love covers, period. Absolutely. And I think sometimes people get lose sight of that. And so, ladies, listen, you have a disagreement with him. Y'all can't have that same disagreement for the next 6 months. Have it, be done with it, and get over it. Don't keep bringing up that stuff. Don't keep throwing up what he did 6, 9, 12, 15 months ago in his face. Fight fair. Because again, let's go back to what Jay said. This is a friendship. This is your brother, your sister in the Lord. But listen, we on a romantic level, this is your friend. This is the person that you said, I choose to love them on a daily basis. Don't keep throwing that stuff up. Why do
That
we do
is
that?
that is the quickest way to lose to lose your spouse. That is the quickest way to lose your husband. That is the quickest way to lose your friend. Fellas, the same thing. You cannot throw that issue back up in her face because you haven't let it go. Y'all have to deal with that issue at that moment, like T said, and get over it and move on. Because the one time you do that, bring it back up, and they slap you in your face with what you did, trust and believe somebody got a slicker tongue than the other one. And once and once words are said, it's almost like it's a wrap.
Yeah. Yeah. I I don't have a lot of gray area. I'm either fine or I'm furious. I don't have a whole bunch of in between. And so I know if you get me to furious, and it really takes a lot to get me angry, you got to push certain buttons. But we do that. When we're together, we know what buttons to push, we know what to say, we know what's going to hurt them, and yet we do that. Why would you do that? Now, if we go to Ephesians 5 and it talks about the man loving his wife as he loves his own body, okay, why are you inflicting pain on yourself? And though it says for the man, ladies, let's look at it for ourselves too. Why are you inflicting pain on him? You're doing it to yourself. And so we gotta have, and I like what Ronald said. Come on, let's give the man time to process it. But fellas, don't not come back and talk about it. I don't have a problem. I'm gonna let you process all day because if I'm on furious, please let me calm down because I'm of the opinion once you say those words, they're gone. And I don't want to say nothing I have to apologize for. So I'm like, give me space, give me time to calm down because That's just not a cute part of me. My sister Martha Yvette, she's seen the not cute part of me on a time or two, but she can tell you it takes a lot to get me there. So let's not provoke one another. Let's not do it. Let's lead with love. And I know emotions, Christina said, women, we can't let our emotions control us. No, you being led by your emotions, you need to get your life, because your emotions are there for a reason, but they're not to control you. They're not to rule you. You rule them. Come on, Jay. I know I saw you get off mute.
I was just gonna say Frankie Beverly and May said we are one. I'm done.
We are one. We are one. And so, I think this conversation is going to go somewhere different, because let's get to the root of the matter. Let's really deal with the issues. Can we have, y'all know I say, the hard conversation? It can be done in a pleasant way. Now, I know some people like, oh, she talking about being pleasant. It ain't always pleasant. It doesn't have to be. But you not somebody on the street. I'm not supposed to be attacking you and treating you and talking to you like you somebody on the street. I'm supposed to be talking to you like I would want you to talk to me. And if you not, Houston, there's a problem. Where do we let it all go? Yes, I get it. There are other factors. Life, ladies, as a black man, he goes into the world, a whole world that we know nothing of, a whole set of circumstances that they have to deal with that we can't even fathom. Yeah, we have our own challenges as black women, but still, the world he lives in, just like if you have a son, you know some of the challenges that you don't want your son to have to face. Think about your man, what he has to face. And let that be the perspective. Baby, I know life is cruel. Life is hard. You got stuff to deal with out there. And when you come home, I want this to be your safe haven. I want this to be your place of peace. Ladies, don't make him live on the roof. A nagging wife will make him live on the roof. Let's not do that. Ronald said, please be my place of peace at home. So I had to go get my piece. Yeah. Yeah. The side piece or the other piece or the piece of something. We wonder, now we're not going to go deep down in this, but we wonder why people have outside relationships. Well, it's something that you're not getting in the relationship you're in, and that's a problem. That's a problem. So what you gonna do? You gonna sit back and let it happen, or you gonna do something about it? Listen, hey, cuz I'm just of the opinion life is too short, and especially when you get past half a century mark. I'm gonna say that. When you get to that point, it's like, okay, I don't know how many days in front of me, but I see all the foolish days behind me. I have zero time. I don't have time to fuss. I don't have time to fight. I don't have time to play games. If that's your agenda, that's your motive, you need to keep it moving, because that's not on my plate. I got places I want to go. I'll be glad when the pandemic is over. I wish I would do right. I just so much life ahead of me, things that I want to do, places I want to go, lives that I have to impact. This time, and somebody got mad at me like early in the pandemic. I was like, you binged on Netflix. How about you binge on building a business? How about you binge on some self-development? How about you binge on that stuff? People is like, I don't want to do all that. Well, that's why your life and you waiting on the stimulus check that ain't coming and all of that. No, there's so much more to life than what you see. There's so much more going on that y'all don't even realize. But what are we doing? We still playing games with people. For why? For what? I don't know. I don't have time. Jay.
I don't even know where we went. I'm 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 just in the back seat in a Uber right about now. Um,
You enjoying the ride?
I'm just enjoying the ride right now. So I'm just gonna say ditto, and then go to go to number three for whatever's
Woohoo!
next after
Okay.
this.
So out of pandemic, we are still talking about the good, the bad, and the ugly of pandemic love. So there were babies that came out of this. Babies are a blessing.
Quarantina.
Yeah. Babies are a blessing. But are y'all y'all gonna teach the baby? Y'all gonna treat the baby right? Yeah. Did y'all have a baby and then go your separate ways? What are we really doing? What are we doing, y'all? Now I know you had some extra time on your uh, not over here. All right, I hear you, Ronald, because I was in quarantine by myself too. So wasn't none of that going on. Um, but if you find yourself in that situation, do not feel like we done had a baby together, so we might as well get married. No, everyone that you procreate with doesn't mean that you have to be in covenant with. You gotta get along with them for the sake of the child. You don't have to be with them because let's face it, if y'all was supposed to be together in the first place, y'all would have been together before and outside of the baby, right? That's just my thought. Um, the other thing to move, and then we're gonna come back. Right. Who was that said that? My sissy. She said, I don't either. I'm trying to evolve in God's greatness that He has for me. Absolutely. Yes. If you don't know your divine purpose and you're not walking in destiny, that should have been some of the things that you're focused on. And it's not too late. You can sit down, read a book or two, write a book. Some of us have had lives such that we have books inside of us that need to come out. If that's you, say me in the comments because I'm gonna hold you accountable to writing the book that you are supposed to be writing. I know I have several, but since we're working on some other things, I've not focused on writing in this moment. Yeah, I have even more books that are coming forth. Having another baby during this time and then you get married just compounded the problem. Exactly. Hey, Tani. All right, girl, write that book. Yes. Who is that? Taronda, write that book. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We got some books coming forth. Maurice, my cousin. Yes, cousin, you got a book. It's coming out. It's coming out. So I'm super excited that we can partner and be surrounded by people that are doing something. Do you and Pat in quarantine, what I'm trying to say, then that's leaving you time and space to be quiet and hear some stuff and think about some things and look at life. When life goes back to what's gonna be the new normal, because life is not going back to what it was. Y'all realize that, right? The new normal, what are you gonna do at that point? Are you going to take advantage of the opportunities that you let pass you by? Are you going to go to the places you said you always go to? Are you going to do those things that you know you should have been did? Yeah, I said been did. I did. Because there's so much inside of you that goes untapped. The richest place, they say, is the graveyard because we take so much of our gift and talent to the grave. I don't know about you. I want to go to the grave or however it happens. If I get caught up in the air, I want to go on empty, like no books inside of me, like generational wealth for my family, for my children, my children's children. And I have other people's children because I don't have natural children at this point. I want to leave a legacy. I want my name to be left in the earth and said that I helped somebody. I was an inspiration to somebody. You have purpose. Listen, even when we talk about love and relationship, that pain you went through was for you to not repeat it. Hello. And then help somebody else through it. That's why me and Jay are here, because we've been there, done that. And we don't want you to do the same. We want you to come out of it. We don't want you. Listen, experience is not the best teacher. If I ran in the brick wall, why you got to run into it too? Why can't you take the knot on my head as the example? I got the scar, the bruise, and the wound. I'm showing you, telling you, but you're going to go out and do the same thing. That's foolish. That's wasting time. And we don't want y'all to do that. So, yes, being a blessing to others. Jay.
Um, once again, I'm sitting in the back seat of an Uber and I'm trying to find which location I'm going to go to. So I'm just going to say ditto again. Amen. High five. And what's next?
Oh my goodness, you are funny. Okay. Unfortunately, in hindsight, if all you had in common or the most you have in common is sex, then there's way too much missing in the relationship. Come on, it's a situationship. And if that's, in the words of my friend Pastor Rhonda, if that's the ship you on the wrong ship. Now, some people like being on situationships. My thing is, if that's what it is, say it so that the people that want to be on that ship will be with you. Don't come to the person that want to be in the real relationship, but you just playing games. Have no time for that. Let's see. Devonna said my testimony is great. I just want to share it. And you are. You absolutely are. So let's see. Christina said learn and grow while you have more free time on your hands. Being alone doesn't mean lonely. Absolutely. And that is a perspective. You know, I remember when I first got divorced, December of 2014, I was mad. I was mad at him because of all the stuff I went through. I was more mad at me because I let him take me through it. And then I was mad because I did singles at that point sucked. I was like, I don't want to do this. Wait a minute. How am I here? But you got to put it in the right perspective. If you're alone for a reason. Is it that you haven't healed? Is it that it's not time? Is it that you haven't manifested the right relationship into your life? And all of those things are a process, just like your healing is a process and it takes time. Will you do the work? I think we talked about this a couple days ago. Time does not heal all wounds. Time puts a scab, another layer over the wound, but until you heal that wound, which requires something else, just like a natural wound requires peroxide or alcohol, it requires something else. So in your healing process, you got to have something else with it, not just time. If think about a natural wound, if you have the wound and you don't clean it, it's going to become infected. If your heart has been broken and you don't heal it, it's going to be infected. And listen, might I add, when your heart is broken, you don't make good decisions. When your heart is broken, you run around breaking other people in your life. Case in point, I hope they're listening. You're running around trying to inflict your pain on somebody else. No, take the time and heal. Get the necessary items that you need so that you can heal. And then let's have a conversation. If it's not y'all's plan, I want it. I know that's right. Absolutely. I want what he has for me. And sometimes that requires you sitting down in a quiet space so that you can hear, so that you can listen. Yeah, you're going to hear some stuff you don't want to hear. When I was complaining about that last ex, well, guy, he didn't, and why he this, and I'm going on Guy was like, "You done? You finished? Okay, let's talk about responsibility." I was like, "Were you responsible in X, Y, and Z?" I said, "Okay, that's what we doing. That's what we doing." When you break up with somebody, it's not all their fault. You got to take accountability and responsibility for your actions. Even in the worst of the worst situations, why did you allow it? How did you ignore the red flags? What was your part? And sometimes that's the hardest pill to swallow, honestly. I could forgive them, but when I got to get up and look at me and deal with me and consider the condition of my heart, that's usually the hardest part. I forgave them years ago, but when did I forgive me? When did I give me some grace? When did I take myself to the altar and say, "Fix me, oh Lord, fix me"? If you're not doing that, man, you're missing essential pieces of the healing journey of the equation. Let's see. When you're infected, you infect others. Absolutely. You must take time to heal. Self examination. Absolutely. Until we change ourselves, we will date the same spirit in a different body. Sir, you better say that. Because I wonder why I married the same man twice. Yeah, they have different names, different physical features. Same dude. Mm-mm. That was not the best for my life. So you best believe I had to heal that part because I don't want to go back there. You wondering why you keep dating the same old person? Listen, it's because of something inside of you ain't healed. Something inside of you haven't dealt with. Something inside of you that you haven't fixed. Now, I still believe I'm of this opinion until he tells me different. You need to do your part in the healing journey. I believe that your divine destiny partner is going to help you heal from some other stuff. Some other stuff that can only come through interaction, daily dealing with another person. Because I'm good. I think I can communicate effectively, but you don't know that until you get in the situation. You don't know that until you have some stuff that y'all don't agree about, and you got to talk about it, and you got to deal with it to get past it. So, yeah. Jay?
This has been Tisha Marie Johnson,
No,
your
you will
love of
not
a
do that.
lifetime
You cannot do that.
broadcast. We are happy to bring you this broadcast from StreamYard.com. If anybody wants to do a podcast, check out StreamYard because that's who we use, and that's what you're watching us on in StreamYard. And this has been Tisha Marie Johnson. She is on her soapbox. I am not going to get on one because it don't need two people to be on one. However, ditto. I have left Uber and went into my Lyft, and now we're driving around the city of Detroit trying to figure out where we gonna stop at. Other than that, I love y'all. Please tune in next Friday, same bat time, same bat
Wait,
station.
you ended the
Um,
conversation?
I'm not ending it. I'm just yeah, this is a commercial break.
Oh,
Hey, don't forget the master class, February 27th. She got it at 8, but it's supposed to be 7, so that's her fault, not mine. Um, thank everybody for joining us tonight. You guys could have been anywhere else doing something else with somebody else, but we are glad that you took the time to listen to um, Tisha Marie's broadcast. Pastor Johnson will be back right after these messages.
ah, you are clowning. Okay. Let me go back to these comments. He is
That's the
funny.
whole thing. I don't even know where we at because you just took off and just ran somewhere. So I'm just like, well, let me sit back and let her preach. She full of it tonight. Hey, hallelujah. Shadow or not mine. Shoot. Tie my bow tie, Jesus. Shoot.
Okay. Um, let's see who is this. Uh OMG, taking responsibility is a hard reality to face. That was Christina. Yeah. And it can be the hardest. I'm laughing so hard he got me crying. It can be the hardest when you gotta really take a look at you, looking at self. Because guess what? And ladies will identify with this. I don't know, guys, y'all can let me know. A lady can look in the mirror, fix her hair, put her makeup on, but really still never look at herself. We can do it for years. Now look at yourself until one day you consciously say, hmm, let me look at the lines, let me look at the wrinkles, let me look at the bags, let me look at the moles, let me look at and let me look here. Your eyes being the gateway to the window to your soul, to your heart. Really taking a look. You can miss that part. You have to be intentional about that. Until we become content in our singleness, we will never be content in marriage. Yep, because it's not the responsibility of your partner to make you happy. Happiness is your responsibility. You cannot make them responsible for you doing what you like to do. You feeling good about yourself. Nah, I believe that we have a role in the journey, but it's not their responsibility to make you happy, content with life, to make you walk in your purpose. And really, that place, there is a place inside of you that cannot be filled with drugs, men, women, sex, money, none of that. There's a place inside of you that is supposed to be filled with purpose, that's supposed to be filled with that special place for the Most High. And when you're trying to fill it with other stuff, you're not going to be happy. You're going to be in a state of content, a state of discontentment, expecting somebody else to come into your life and fill it. They cannot. They cannot. I think about relationships I had when I was younger. I wanted him to love me because I didn't know what loving me really was. He couldn't ever, never, unless until you begin to love yourself. Flaws and all, because I mean, we are all yet transforming and all of that. Unless until you get to the place where you really truly love all of who you are, nobody will ever really love you because you loved yourself. Oh, they laugh. See, they was laughing with me. Men, we are missing a rib for a reason. That wife is the completion. She is the rib, not the Mac rib. Come on, I'm not a Mac rib. Pastor Ronald said that. It starts with changing your mindset and loving you first. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, one of the other things, and we're still talking about the good, the bad, and the ugly part of love and pandemic. The other thing that this pandemic revealed was issues. I work in law enforcement. Some of y'all know that. And I was disturbed at the number of domestic violence issues that increased. Not just federal, state, and local amongst law enforcement officers because of the pandemic. It just exacerbated what was already there. And so you had women in situations where they couldn't go anywhere because he was there. Now, first of all, you guys would be a special kind of creature to be married to somebody in law enforcement. Let's start there. But if they got issues, I know some very messed up individuals because of issues that had not been dealt with in the law enforcement community. Now, don't y'all get on no soapbox talking about what police ain't. I work with some very good people. I know a lot of good people across the country, just like there are bad people across the country. So I didn't say that for y'all to get on that soapbox. I'm just saying whatever issues were in the relationship, being in 14 just magnified it. And so what are you going to do? Are you really going to deal with it? Are you going to ignore it? Are you going to hope that we hurry up and get back to a norm so that you can continue walking, living the facade? I know some people that were very unhappily married, but you can tell when they hit social media streets. You can tell when they hit the church house. You can tell. And, we talk about the church. I try not to talk about the church because that just ain't a topic that I want to discuss. It's a lot of that going on there as well. And it's all unfortunate, whether it's in the streets or it's in the church. It still is unfortunate. And you have people that need to deal with their issues. That's why you got to get some help. Got to get some help. So if you're in a domestic violence situation, y'all already know I don't stand for that. You gotta have a plan of safety so that you can get out. But until you decide that this is not the best for my life, you're gonna stay in that situation. Sad but true. Jay?
And this has been a Tisha Marie broadcast brought by TMJ Productions. I am your host with the most, Coach J, bringing you tidings of good joy from the TJM studios. I'm on location at another facility and could not be in the studio with her, but I am here rooting her on to victory while she still stands on her soapbox. However, I will say this. Ditto, you're right. I will interject and say that love. Someone put on there that you have to have a change of mindset. And what I want to leave with you as I close for my benediction and let her get back on to, yep, and we're back for another commercial. Before I let her go back on her soapbox, thank you for this brief space I got. I got a 5-minute spot, so let me say my little spiel. Love is real. Love is kind. But love isn't true love until you believe in God first and then also believe in you and learn how to love you first. Forgiving yourself for the things that you've said and done, both present and past. Asking for forgiveness from the people that you have hurt. Because forgiveness, like I posted, is freedom. And the one thing I want you to be is free. I just want you to heal and be okay with self first. Because if you're not okay, there's no way on God's green earth that you can actually have a successful life, a successful love life at that. Yes, this pandemic has taught us a lot. Yes, it has brought out a lot of issues, but communication, true to self, true to the situation, true to your commitment is what we need. If you don't love her, or you don't love him, or you don't know how to love, remember why y'all got together in the first place. Israel Holden had a song that says, "Go back to your first love." Why did you say "I do"? Why did you say, "Hey, I like him, let me date him," or "let me date her"? What was your first reason? And if you can't go back to that first reason, you need to really think about your next step in that relationship. Nope, I'm not saying leave. Nope, I'm not saying stay. I'm saying you need to come to a decision on what you are going to do in that situation. Be honest, be true, love hard, love seriously. I'm sorry for anybody who went through a hard time during this pandemic. I hate the fact that people were abused mentally, physically, and emotionally during this pandemic. I will say this, and some people might stone me for it. I'm glad it happened, because now you need to know what you need to do next. The monster has reared his head, and you have seen this person for who they really are. Maya Angelou said, believe them. There's not enough I'm sorry's, there's not enough roses and colognes and perfumes and babies to stop what has happened. But whatever happens next, you are the common denominator in that decision. I told my brother the same thing a couple of years ago. Whatever happens in life, you are the common denominator, whether it's good or bad. And you have to live with the decisions that you make. I'm not preaching. I'm not about to lay hands. This ain't no altar call. This is just one fat kid trying to talk to a whole bunch of people about being true, because I yet struggle with that. I yet still have to learn how to be true to me. Because if you're not true to you, then who are you true to? Because I can even go on and ask, are you even true to the commitment that you said to God? Are you true in your relationship? It's time for you to live and not exist. Like Tisha said, the richest place in the whole wide world is the grave. It's time for you to get up, get out, and do something positive, not just for you, but for the people that's watching you, for the people that's coming behind you, for the people that says you are their role model. If you have children, for your children. If you don't do nothing else, do it for your kids. I had a pastor who said, I got my life together because of my son. And then I became a pastor because that was the role that God wanted me to take. If you can't do it for you, do it for that son, do it for that daughter, that grandchild, that cousin that looks up to you, that little brother, that little sister, that older brother or older sister that looks up to you. It's time for you to live, because you have so much greatness on the inside of you. And you should definitely not want to take that to the grave. This is Coach Jay signing out for this weekend. Catch us in our group. Thank y'all for joining us. Thank you, Coach Tisha Marie Johnson, for allowing me to have this small spot on your segment of your Love of a Lifetime broadcast. This broadcast had been brought to you today by the number 5 and the letter O. Um, yeah, O as in O. Please make sure you fix this that's going down here to say this is 8 and it's supposed to turn to 7. So we'll make sure that in our group that this flyer will change to make sure it says 7, so everybody know it's February 27th at 7. Please watch out for the next flyer that's coming for March. We are going to have a meet and greet so we can see you guys' lovely faces. We'll have door prizes. We'll have games and prizes. This is not a banquet. This is not a buffet. We are just trying to introduce who we are and meet and greet some of you guys. And like I said before, we will go live on Zoom and from our group for the people who does stay outside. Yes, I did. Thank you. I did go down Sesame Street. You are so wonderful. um, but thank y'all again for joining us, man. Tune in next Friday. Check out the group. Um, I don't even know the name of the group now. I didn't went blank. Anyway, I know. I'm sorry. My bad. I'm sleepy.
For the lover in you.
Oh
YOU.
yeah. Oh yeah. And then I made the name too. So I don't know how I forgot it.
We understand you writing books and you saving the world and you're doing a lot of things. It's all good. It's all
Yes,
good.
the brand is coming out in March. The brand is coming out, and then somebody have a brand launch coming in February. I'm trying to tell y'all, y'all gotta watch out for February. February is gonna be is a short month, but a whole lot of stuff is happening in February.
Ooh, ooh. Thank you for that shout out. Yes, and I need help. Yeah, he do need a blanket. I need some help. I need some ladies and gentlemen, but definitely ladies to come and assist if you are available. Listen, inbox me, let me know. I'm going to be having a meeting Sunday evening so we could talk about what's going to be needed. Got some things going on social media, doing a boot camp. So ladies, if you are ready to get the love of your life, then you definitely want to be a part of this boot camp. But listen, if you come and you volunteer, then you'll be able to attend the boot camp. So looking for volunteers, definitely. Got some great things coming up. Me and Jay got some super amazing stuff coming up. He has some great stuff coming out soon. So we're excited. There's a lot going on. We are definitely intentional in what we do and the things that are coming forth. So again, nobody has time for drama and I advise you, if there's something or somebody that it just doesn't work well for your life, you have the right. You owe it to yourself to dismiss them unapologetically. If there's something in your life that's not working for your good, don't deal with that foolishness at all.
To the left, to the left. Everything you own is in a box to the left.
Enlarged territories are your portions. Thank you so much. I received that. We received that. Yes, yes, yes. I'm excited. So let me see who is that said. Oh, my sissy. Okay, thank you, sissy. She's gonna be one of the volunteers. Yay. I'm excited. So you guys will be back next Friday. We are working on a day to come live in the group. We hadn't set that up yet. Somebody be working 40 jobs, but nonetheless, we're gonna make that happen in this upcoming week. And I'm super excited that you guys were here with us tonight. And of course, if you have not joined the group, you can go to the group as soon as I find the link for the group.
We will go live Thursday from the group at the TMJ Studios. Um, I'm just gonna be in the background shouting out just crazy stuff while she talking, but we are gonna go live on Thursday. I don't know the time yet though, but Thursday.
Cool, cool. So yeah, we look forward to that. Definitely. Let's see. Let's see. I'm trying to get y'all this link. Well, those in the group are already in the group. But if you want to join the group, oh yeah, I made it easy. bit.ly/lover in you group. bit.ly/lover in your group. If you are not in our private Facebook group, you can hit that link. It'll give you the invitation. Make sure you answer the questions. I think we got some questions that you need to answer. Make sure you pay attention to the rules of the group. We do have rules for the group. And so again, it's gonna be real conversation, hard conversation at time. We breaking them in smooth. We ain't, we ain't through the stuff on them yet, but very thought-provoking questions, real questions about love and relationship. And we're just excited to build this community, and not just for what we're doing, but we look forward to supporting each and every one of you in your endeavors too. So that's what community is about.
I just want to shout out everybody that's listening to us right now that is from the group. Shout out to all of y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in on tonight to the Tisha Marie Johnson broadcast. I mean, shoot, you was on your soapbox, so I ain't say
But
nothing.
I
So
don't say that when you do that. So
yes,
don't
you
do
do.
that. I
Yes, you
don't.
do.
I don't.
Yes, you do. You're like, oh my God, he preaching. Ooh, girl, he preaching again. Well, you didn't say a mouthful. Well, I ain't got to say nothing about that because he said everything I was going to say. Right, that's why you laughing because you know exactly that's what you say. Man, look, I'm about to go. I love y'all. We love y'all. She getting on my nerves. It's hot. It's a whole lot of stuff going on. Um,
He need a
we love
nap. Y'all
y'all.
know how
I
he
don't
get
need.
when he need a nap. Anyway, we love y'all. Thank y'all so much for joining us. If you haven't shared the broadcast, go ahead and share the broadcast. And even if you
Share the
have, share it again.
broadcast.
Share
Share
it
it
again, share it
again.
again. But we will see you guys soon. Thank you so much. Don't forget, ladies, if you want to be a part of my launch team for February, hit me up in my inbox. Tell me that you want to do that. Much love to you guys. Look forward to talking to you soon. And we out.
Yeah, we are out. Anybody that got a business, hey, Sunday, please promote your business. Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. Go to the group page and promote your business, promote your church, promote your broadcast, promote your t-shirts, your candies, your canes for old people, whatever you do. Just promote it Sunday. Well, whatever. I don't know what they do. I don't know everybody in the group.
That's true.
So they might have canes for old people. You don't know.
I, I said that's true. It was just funny the way you said it.
Promote this Sunday. We definitely going to shout everybody out, man. Once again, we love you from the TMJ studios here in the wonderful cold state of Michigan. This cold as ever. I'm like, it was 12 degrees. Jesus. My thoughts was frozen. Anyway,
Yeah.
man, good night, y'all.
Have a great night.